Hello, everyone, and welcome to the AI Educator, a micro podcast from EdSafe AI, where we ask AI enthusiasts three rapid fire questions about AI implementation in education. I'm your host, Andrea Claver, project manager of EdSafe, and today we are joined by Emma Venetis, senior research analyst at the Center for Universal Education at the Brookings Institution. Thank you so much for joining us today, Emma. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's kick it off with question number one. What's the one thing that excites you most about the future of AI in education?
Yeah, something right now that's really exciting me is about the potential for AI to transform assessment. I think if we really do that right and design things thoughtfully, AI can really be a tool to help teachers expand what assessment can tell them about their students. It can be more adaptive, more interactive, multimodal, really allow assessments to move beyond just measuring a kid's knowledge at a certain point in time and instead measure their progress, their soft skills and help the teachers get a clearer vision into the misconceptions or the area of difficulties that might be tripping up their students. I tutor some kids in math on the side, and I think about some of those kids who open their paper test and see the first two questions and are like, I don't know what to do, and get really overwhelmed and sort of shut down, don't do their best on the test, don't really show what they know. And then the next day they move on to the next unit, and the teacher doesn't really know did they have a bad test day or did they not understand the content? But AI could create math assessments that gauge those kids a bit more, that adapt to their performance as they go, and that in the end provide the teachers and the students with more specific information about what skills they've knowledge or mastered versus what they struggle with, what their strengths are, what their challenges are, and what steps they need to move forward successfully.
Wonderful. I love the idea that it can glean more insights for both students and teachers, but also kind of take away that I like to call it like blank page syndrome when you open it up
Mhm.
and you just see, okay, there's so much to do. I know I have to start at the beginning, but it's so overwhelming to look at right at the beginning. So I love that you've just like shed some light on an area that I haven't heard about recently. So thank you for that.
Yeah, of course. I think it could be really exciting.
Yeah, so we'll switch gears a bit here. What is the biggest misconception you hear about the safe and responsible use of AI in schools?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of different interpretations of the word safe. I think a lot of people think about data privacy, ensuring students aren't exposed to inappropriate content. Some people go a little bit further and are really thinking about dependence on technology or unhealthy social dynamics that AI could create. And those are really legitimate. But I think safe and responsible is also really about how AI can affect kids cognitively. I've started to hear some teachers worry that Gen AI can enable rather than combat illiteracy because kids could use it to read their passages out loud to them or to change their reading level to more to their level, which could cause kids to be able to progress in their grade level without actually improving their reading skills. There's a lot of legitimate uses of those type of like speech to text or adaptive AI tools, but if it's used without that pedagogical backing, without teachers' knowledge, that could be a bit dangerous for just the cognitive growth and development of healthy skills. So I think even when tools have safe data privacy, the actual impact on kids' cognitive development is really important. And when that AI is backed by learning science, it can be really great. When it's not backed by learning science, I think we have to think about the safe and responsible use in that context as well.
That's an incredible insight. I'm so glad you shared that. You're right. We do think so much about data privacy and, oh, what happens if the tool goes this way and we didn't want it to? But the cognitive piece is huge and really addressing that AI literacy and ensuring we're using tools that are created for education is really big there. So thank you for that.
Mhm.
Okay, so finally, we're going to wrap it up with my personal favorite question. What's a message you would share with a teacher or a school leader who's feeling overwhelmed by the rapid pace of AI development?
I hope they know that they're part of a club of many in that. I think I would say think about what you think the most important skills and experiences are that your students gain from being in your classroom. And everyone might define those differently. I think I might say in some cases where kids are getting critical thinking skills, social connection, and a sense of curiosity, kind of the root things aside from the actual content knowledge. And ultimately, it's more important to preserve those things in the AI world than to adopt the newest, coolest product or to know every time your student used AI in their homework. So I think you can focus on preserving those within the AI context. That might mean finding new ways that kids can show their work on their assignments or using the AI tool to allow them to enhance their critical thinking or making sure you have time for screen-free group work so that social collaboration is still preserved. And then once you feel like you've got a handle on preserving those core elements, then you can worry about how many AI products are available to you and how you can incorporate those to really enhance those things that you already have the foundations of.
And there you have it. Three quick questions and a wealth of information to mull over. Join us next time where we'll put another AI enthusiast in the hot seat. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of the AI Educator. If you liked this episode, please subscribe on Podbean, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, and be sure to leave a 5-star review. If you're interested in applying for technical assistance through our Spark Fund grant opportunity, please visit our website at edsafeai.org. Here, you can also find information about EdSafe initiatives, our self-paced policy course, and other resources from our policy labs and partners. Hope to see you next time.